Welcome back, and we're moving into our third and final segment for the morning, the lodge at Chaa Creek. I could feel that niceness.
Why are we not at Chaa Creek having this conversation? That's where I want to be this morning.
That's right. It's actually the Eco Kids Summer Camp 2019. This is actually will be getting off the ground July 14th to the 21st, 2019. But we've got the folks in to tell us all about it. As a matter of fact, in with us, Denise Duran, who is Eco Kids, yeah, there we go, Eco Kids coordinator, and Levi Baldwin, Eco Kids senior counselor as well. Yes, guys, good morning. It's so nice to have you in.
Thank you so much for having us.
Man,
thank you too.
All the way from Western Belize.
I still say, we should be at Chaa Creek. I will have to take some time to get over that. But perhaps we need to answer in one of the tree houses.
Or the brand new eggshell villas.
Oh gosh, we could go.
Eggshell.
Yes. Okay. All right. Let me get my head back in the game. Right?
Let's get back to work.
I'll call you. Don't worry. But we do want to make a clarification here, of course. So why are we talking about summer in March?
Yeah.
And that's because you have one of the most sought after summer programs.
Yes.
So sought after that the application call starts now.
Yes, we have to, only because we want to reach out to the kids to give them enough time.
Yeah.
We know it's always a little task for them to do, to write their essays.
Yeah.
So what we're trying to do this year is start a little bit earlier, right, Levi?
Yes,
that way we could get, last year we had almost 130 essays.
140 essays.
140 essays,
which
130, 140, but we weaned that down to how much?
24.
24.
What? 24
Yes.
lucky children.
I don't know how many little hearts you broke.
That's a very difficult decision.
I know.
Yeah,
Very
that's why
difficult.
we start from an early age with the kids as well. So we go from ages 9 through to 12. So if they don't make it this year, then they could always try next year. And we encourage all of the kids to keep on writing.
So means they tried at 9, 10, 11.
12.
When the 12 here to make it, right?
12, they can still make it, yes.
Wow.
Yeah,
But tell me about the beginning of this program. This is an amazing summer camp, and it's such a great initiative coming out of Chaa Creek. Why was it first started?
Originally, it's all started out with educating the children, first of all, and to because it's about biodiversity and recycling and environmentally awareness, trying to bring that education more into the children and then having a first-hand experience, in the field. Because as you guys know, as we're all well aware of, there's plenty of trash in the world.
Yes.
There's plenty of garbage and rubbish on there. So we're just trying to teach these young people to be more responsible with what they've got, and to encourage Belizeans to be better for their own country and to have,
and appreciate what they got as well
Exactly.
in this beautiful jewel.
Yeah.
So that's.
And you have the summer camp. Tell me a bit about what the kids do when they're there.
Oh my gosh, it's 1 week of, non-stop fun and education as well. Levi, as the Eco Kids senior counselor, he's the one that, him and his crew down there, they're the ones that plays the major role.
Yeah.
Just being down there with the kids 24/7 because they're kids, so you can't take your eyes off of them
of course
at
not.
all.
We're all on the ground, and it's wonderful stuff from early in the morning. We usually wake up about 6 o'clock because that's when the kids are bright and early, ready to have some fun. And we start off with silly songs, dancing around. We eat all day, eat lunch, we eat breakfast, we eat snacks. We have plenty of great food at Chaa Creek. We do horseback riding, water sliding at the slip and slides.
Do the Maya farming.
Maya farming. We do check out organic farming.
Yes.
We do the Maya ruins. We have presentations from wonderful places all around Belize, like the Chickapo Forest Reserve and these other
from
ones.
FCD.
Bird rescue, and they all come out. It's quite fun.
Creatures
Filled with
of
a
the
lot of
Night Walk
adventure.
as well. And also teaching them how to make chocolate from scratch.
You kidding? Chocolate?
Chocolate.
Yes.
And it's learning Mayan tradition too in that process.
Yes. Herbal medicines, what you can do if you don't want to go to the doctor for something that is, very simple. You can easily just use it, just right from plants, little remedies in there.
And all this camp happens right there on premise Chaa Creek, Chaa Creek, Western Belize.
Yes,
Western Belize.
So now when we talk about writing this essay and for the 24 children that's going to be there, we're talking from all across the country.
Yes.
Tell us about the experience from probably a child in Corozal or one in Toledo. What's that like for them?
Oh my gosh.
I know, right?
Okay, so I as the coordinator, I'm so excited. In the next 2 weeks from today, actually, myself and another colleague of mine, we're going to be traveling all over the country.
Sweet.
So we're going to go to Corozal, Orange Walk, Belize City, San Pedro, Dangrega, Placencia, and we're going to go out and reach out to the schools. So you're going to see my face in all of the schools, you know, just educating the kids, leaving some flyers with instructions what to do. Even though, you know, we tend to get some little cracks in between, but we try our best to make sure that everybody has your proper information on the essays and such. But we reach out to the schools, go into the classroom, take 5 minutes, just 5 minutes of their time, and say, you know, we have this really cool program that we do every year to educate the kids, educate our kids, because they are the future, and have them write their essays. It is an essay at the end of the day, but I try to tweak it a little bit, just because when they hear the word essay, it scares them a little bit. So I just say 3 paragraphs, just 3 paragraphs, just 3 small paragraphs of 300 words. And they'll be like, oh, okay, well, we can do that when they hear 300 words, and they even get even more excited to know that, you know, why I want to be an eco kid. And then they start asking questions. What do we do there? What do we eat? You know, can we take your parents with us?
What's the food?
Like, no, you can't take your parents.
So when they realize that they are leaving the parents behind, because let's not forget, your age range is 9 to 12. So you have your eco greenies and your eco saplings.
Yes.
So when these, they're what, standard 2, standard 3?
Around there.
3, 4, 5, and 6.
And they say, Mom and Dad isn't coming?
Yes.
What?
I swear.
Scared.
No, they are not scared. They're not
God.
scared. They're all excited to know that, you know, their parents are not going to be around. I said, well, you're not going to have to make your own bed. You're not going to have to do any homework or anything like that. So that gets them even more excited. And then at the end, they basically say, why is the camp not 2 weeks in opposed to just a week?
1 week.
Well, because Levi would go crazy.
We kind of put him on vacation for 2 days after that.
So do the parents take the children there, or you guys pick them up wherever they're from?
Yes, so we do provide transportation, getting there and getting back.
Wow.
Yeah, it's not exactly from like all over from where the kids are coming from, but there's some meeting points.
Okay.
Yeah, so like the ones from Orange Walk and Corozal, then they would meet us in Belize City, like maybe at the Biltmore Plaza or something like that. And then the ones from like out of South, then they will meet us in Belmopan, which is like at the Bullfrog Inn.
Yeah.
Okay.
And then the ones from more west will be at the San Ignacio Hotel.
What would you say is your overall objective of having 20-something kids 1 week in the jungle?
Safety and keeping it interesting.
Yeah.
My biggest thing is in my rule book, my number 1 page is have fun, be a kid. Don't forget to be a child, because your childhood goes by quick and fast.
Yeah.
Is it a one and done for a child? Like you do it once and then that's it. You're not able to get back in the camp.
Yeah.
It's a one-time shot only. So unfortunately, there's a lot of children who keep wanting to come back, and there is a very small possibility to come back as a junior counselor. I have started a junior counselor program, and that moves up to a senior counselor
end just
program.
right there.
Right there.
You still have the
But,
opportunity to
it's
come
still
back.
very, very limited, because as you can imagine, 24 kids over the years, I have to try to get into the counselor position becomes a little more difficult.
Yeah.
But it is a possibility. But for the one and done, for all my eco kid campers who have been to camp, as you all would probably agree with me, it is the best week of your life, the best week of the year, I like to say.
And from the company standpoint, what is the objective here?
Well, once again, they're the future of Belize, and they will be the ambassadors of Belize as well.
Yes.
Yeah.
And it's Miss Lucy's little pride and joy. It's her baby.
I could imagine.
It's her project. It's something that has been going for over 10 years.
Yeah.
It's something that she enjoys, even though she had a couple setbacks in her personal stuff that was going on a few years ago. So she didn't really complete the program. with the kids them throughout the entire 7 days. But recently she's there.
And overall, like I think, like you say, it's to provide an educational experience and to create that cultural diversity that Belize truly has.
Yeah.
So like you were saying earlier, a child that comes from Corozal, he may never go to the west side. He may never understand what it means to be in the jungle.
They have never been out of their district
and
before.
And it's interesting to see how many friendships have formed that are people from San Pedro, from Cayo, from Toledo, from these different areas that would have never met each other in their normal lives, and they develop this bond that lasts for the rest of their life.
How
it's
much
really
does
interesting.
it cost?
Nothing.
Really?
For the
Just
child,
to the
For
for the children,
kid,
it's
Just to
nothing.
say.
Nothing.
And you guys would call them and tell them, hey, you got accepted. You
It's-
can
Oh
come
my
on
gosh,
down.
I get tears and tears and tears because
Oh,
I'm the
man.
one that calls them and say, hey, you know, you
Do you also call them when they don't make it?
No.
That's just so hard. No, but you know, I mean,
you know, it's over almost 200 essays. You know, it's gonna be a little bit.
So you guys read all the 200 essays.
Yes.
And how many words do we have to have in these essays? It's like
300
well,
words.
she just said 300, but
Yeah.
I want to ask a question. How do you, at 9, 10 years old, their thought process is a little different. What are you expecting from these kids in these essays, and how much do they exceed your expectation?
Quite often, they over and exceeded quite often, actually. What we're looking for specifically is examples of what you're doing in your community, how you're environmentally responsible, you know, the different ways you help out in your own community with your little picking up trash or, you know, picking up wildlife that might be injured or whatever, and taking care of them and just being an overall good person. And
And we know mom and dad helps,
Yeah.
which is acceptable.
Yeah.
But it's also appreciated for the individual, as like the 9-year-old would understand what they're writing versus just having mom and dad write it.
Yeah.
And that's what we, you know, kind of look for as well.
And you can
You
tell.
know, getting
I'm
in
sure
your
you can
handwriting.
tell.
it's
and-
quite obvious when you can
Yeah.
see.
But you know, one of the things that strikes out to me is the fact that going to a camp like this actually sets a career trend, a career mentor for a child.
Yes.
Have we seen this? This is a 10th year. I'm sure somebody
Yeah.
who was there when they were 12, 10 years ago is now 22. Probably a
This is a
counselor.
new
Probably a,
BE,
yes.
ERI.
Yes,
Yeah,
probably.
it's scary.
You know. So have we seen this, and what are the thoughts of it like that?
It's actually quite cool for me anyway, because this will be my 8th year as director. I started in 2011, and it's quite neat seeing these kids that I knew them from being young and teaching them how to do the little things, and seeing them grow up now and seeing them take those traits and stuff into their businesses.
Yes.
A couple of these people are producing their own businesses, making their own jobs, and keeping those traits in their own personal lives from a day-to-day basis. It's quite neat.
Yeah.
So it's that story there for you.
Yeah, it's even more interesting because they would have never met an individual anywhere, probably in the entire country of Belize, and they would just say, "Oh, okay, my mom and dad is taking us like on a vacation or a little trip to Corozal," and then you're swimming in the ocean, and then boom, you just like look at that person from across the sea, and you'll be like, "Wait a minute, I know you from somewhere."
Yes.
And then, you know, the kids, they will start talking because obviously they want to catch up. So
Yeah. What's the most transformational moment of the week with the kids?
Oh man, I'd say usually Tuesdays and Wednesdays. So the camp starts on a Sunday. So by the second or third day is when the first 2 days the kids are still very shy. They're not quite, come out of their little comfort zones and stuff yet. But by the third day, man, it's just everybody's bonded. Everybody has, because we usually sit in team tables and stuff. At that point, they're all just, "Oh, can I go over here? Oh, can I go over here? I have my friends here," and they show their arts and crafts to each other, and they share meals, and they help clean up their tables and stuff. They do quite well. These children do a really good job. They're really
work
fun to
together
play
as a
with.
team.
And which activity
Yeah.
do they love the most?
Swimming.
Horseback riding.
It's the pool.
Horseback riding.
Which
Creatures of the Night
Which one do
Walk.
you have to prod them the most to participate?
The hiking.
Oh, they don't like it.
Because you hike every day, everywhere because you're in the McCall River Camp, which is a little bit of ways from the lodge, and every day to go to lunch and everything, you're always walking, hiking, a lot of activity, and they don't like that part so much. But I try to make it interesting by playing games on the trail, like little hide and seek games on the trail. I put little animals out that they got to try to spot them and stuff to keep their activities aware, and they do a pretty good job. But that's
No
the
phone,
hardest
no
one.
internet, no tablet, no. Do we have these
that's
things?
the best
No,
part.
nothing.
You're
No
unplugged
technology.
from the modern world. There's no
Yes.
TV screens. There's no
But,
cell phones,
yeah, but
no
we
tablets,
do-
no internet, no nothing. And it's wonderful. And they don't even notice it. They actually don't
They
want to
don't
come
even know
back
it's
to that
gone.
because they've realized how much fun they could have without it. That's one of my biggest joys of that camp.
Yeah, but we do have, just for the comfort of the parents, we do have communication. If there's any, emergency or anything like that, we need to contact the parents. I'm in charge of that, so I basically have down as much contact numbers as possible. And then if they, if there's any emergency going on or anything like that, then they will be able to reach us at any given point.
We have full radio service all across. Across the whole ecosystem.
It's just that we get the kids off it, which I think most parents want for their children as well.
Yeah, those PlayStations and Facebook and
YouTube.
No more Fortnite, that stops.
We can all wish. So tell me, you already have up to 120, almost 200 applications right now, sometimes. So we're here publicly and parents are saying, oh, I want my child to get in. Talk to us about the process of getting information, the application, and just what they can do to really help their child win one of the scholarships to the camp.
So I have my email address, which is ecokids, ECOKIDS, at chaacreek.com.
Easy.
That's my email address. Once we start going out to the schools, or you could start right now. I mean, it's never too late or too early to start writing the essays. Submit that via that email address. Or if you're putting it in the mail, it's P.O. Box 53, San Ignacio Burns Avenue. And you just submit that under my name, which is Denise Duran. That comes directly to me. So I start collecting all of the essays and putting everything together. And then the board comes with Miss Lucy Fleming. And then we start the big challenge and the tears and everything else, and just reading, because just reading the essays just really it can bring tears to your eyes.
Can you
just
tell us
to
one
know.
of the touching ones? Just a snippet, like what have you read that actually brought?
Yes, they would say it will be a once in a lifetime experience for me to be a part of the summer camp program that we have at Chaa Creek. Please pick me. I really want to go, and it's something I guess that I would never experience anywhere, just because they're either like from a small village or wherever, and they probably would never get out for quite some time. So everybody wants to be a part of the camp.
Oh, man.
Aww.
I know, right?
Okay, I can't, that has got to be the hardest week ever.
Yes,
but the good part is it's a continuous program, as you said. So, as long as you guys are still willing to provide the resources for these kids, and at least they can try again next year. So is there a deadline for applications that people need to know?
Yes, it's on June the 15th. Actually, it's on June the 1st, and then June 15th, we select all the winners. Okay. And then from there, we start making the calls and getting prepared.
Then all the kids wait anxiously at the phone, come home and ask mom if they called.
It's better than a state trip.
We actually had one kid from last year that the parents did a video clip of when they were telling her that she was one of the lucky winners, but I think it was a little bit nerve-wracking, because then they kind of scared her a little bit, like Chaa Creek had called, and it was a tough decision with all the kids, blah blah, this and that, and right there and then they just dropped the ball on her and said, okay, well, are you ready to not be with your parents for 1 week? And she was in tears, like live, like on the video thing, and they sent us a clip, and she was like in tears. I said, please don't give the kid a heart attack before they even get to the camp.
Just tell her, hey, you're going.
No, I like that parent. I'd do that.
She was from Key Cocker. It was, it was nerve-wracking for her, but she loved every minute of it. And then the kids, they stay in touch. They exchange emails and Facebook page and that sort of thing, and they stay in touch with each other.
When's the eco adult camp?
Yeah.
So we get to go and swim and hike and bike.
Maybe we should talk to
maybe 2025.
AKA vacation.
Cool.
Oh my gosh,
Just throwing a massage in that one. That's all.
Sure.
But this is such a great initiative, and I think while it is a great opportunity for the kids to get away from technology, to express themselves in an essay as to why they feel they should win or be a participant, but it's also exposing them to the beauty of this country as well.
Yes.
And that's something, as you quite clearly said, not all kids will get to experience. So I think it's a great initiative, something that's been going on for 10 years. I know Ms. Lucy probably is very passionate about this, and we hope she stays that way too.
Yeah. She will. She will.
You know what comes to mind with it as well, especially having to write an essay to be a part of it. Growing up afterwards, and you need to get a scholarship. This is when your essay train of thought comes out. I've done it before, so you actually lose the butterflies and you get right into it. So that's another plus for what you guys are doing.
Yep.
Excellent job. Excellent.
All right, so deadline, June 1st.
June 1st.
We'll put up your flyers so people can find that on our Facebook. You guys have it on your Facebook as well?
Yes, we do. It's already out there. Yes.
So people can get it there. The age groups, 9 to 12. And the essay is based on creativity, also writing and grammar, but why you should be an eco kid.
Yes.
And,
Yep, and then the finale of it, the last day of the camp, we actually invite the parents and families and friends of the kids to come out and see what the kids were doing for 1 week.
Beautiful.
So that's the icing on the cake there, right?
And be jealous.
And be jealous.
Yeah.
And have to pull the kids out of our camp. But
All right, thank you so much for coming in. Best of luck.
thank
Yes.
you.
And we know there are a lot of kids who are going to be nagging their parents to try to get, All right, thank you. We're going to go ahead and take a break, and when we come back, we'll have a wrap up, so stay tuned.